YouTube! Feel the wrath of Gage as I have once again entered this website with my surface level media analysis. Prepare yourself as I pander to the algorithm with my most popular cinematic endeavor to date. And loyal viewers, ready yourself for the movie analysis that no one asked for, The Venture Brothers! Movie review. Hey everyone, once again, welcome to the Black Curtain Saga. I did this in less than a year. Aren't you proud of me? My name is Gage, and thank you so much for all the lovely reviews of my newest Gager interest on Ace Attorney, as you can see here. I had a lot of fun putting that together. It was a huge cast. It was a lot of post-production, a lot of sound design that really went into it. So I appreciate everyone pitching in and watching that video and saying, that was okay. That was actually my second most popular Gager interest. My first most popular Gager interest was none other than, you guessed it, The Venture Brothers. I think if I wanted a video essay to represent my channel, I think a great video and subject for that would be The Venture Brothers, because I have a very long history with it. As I mentioned in the video, I first started watching it in the 2000s. My cousin by the community pool said, hey, watch this. And I think it's a pretty good video, and I had some pretty good guests. I had Monica Franco, I had Super Slim Team 7, I had Vinny, and by the way, Vinny doesn't get enough credit. He doesn't even live in this state anymore, and he films all on his own, and he does a really good job taking the direction that I want. I love Vinny. He's great. Love him. Can't hate him, actually. My favorite guest in all of that, however, was Spencer, because Spencer introduced me to the whole dang show in the first place in the early 2000s, and I'm forever grateful for that. I say all this to illustrate how much Venture Brothers means to me and it means to the channel. And so when they announced a direct-to-video movie a month after my video dropped, may I add, I was pretty excited. My expectations were sky high. Venture Brothers is a series that I believe has gotten better over time. And to make a long story short, Venture Brothers' Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart is an amazing conclusion to this much-loved series that started 20 years ago. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have the blue Morpho outfit on, sans the hat and the mask. It's really hot in here, and I didn't want to do that. But I got the vest, I got the tie, I got the shirt, I got the jacket, got the gloves. I have the pants and shoes, which are off camera. So why did I even do that? I should have just done this in my underwear. I am going to spoil the snot out of this movie. So if you're concerned with spoilers or anything like that, you gotta get out here. But not before you like and subscribe. I'm a small channel and I need validation. A little bit of backstory before we get to the actual plot of the movie. Venture Brothers was renewed for a 7th and 8th season, and when the 7th season happened, it happened on a cliffhanger because they thought they were going to get another season. But after a worldwide pandemic and a change of leadership over at Adult Swim, Venture Brothers was officially canceled. I'm not forgiving whoever made that decision. That was a dumb decision, like doo-doo brains dumb. Shortly after this was announced, Adult Swim said they wanted to continue the story of the Venture Brothers, which led to this movie. The marketing of this movie was absolutely abysmal. They released a trailer on YouTube without much fanfare, and they released a couple of clips before. And also, it was like on digital for 3 days, and then physically on media. I actually got my media right here. My media, guys. I love my media. That's why I made this channel, for the media of it all. I'm not a great YouTube personality, so I did not have it prepared, but it's like right over there. But I'm attached to this lav mic cord, as you can see. You're going to hear some sounds. I'm not particularly going to be proud of them. Hold on. This is the actual Blu-ray for the Venture Brothers movie. I bought it physically because I do not trust HBO Max to keep up this baloney. So if you haven't watched the Venture Brothers yet, watch the whole series and then watch this movie. It's not like 21 Jump Street where you could just walk right into the movie and not have any knowledge of the previous lore. It's more like a Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me. I had a Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me reference in my script. All this to say, marketing really stunk. Warner Brothers seemed like they wanted to push this movie out as fast and quietly as possible. We don't want to spend any marketing money. We'd much rather spend it on Aquaman 2, The Last Kingdom. It's disappointing that this movie didn't get the marketing budget it deserved, because a lot of long-running series like How I Met Your Mother or Game of Thrones, they had such disappointing finales, and if this is truly the end of Venture Brothers, it ended on such a high note that I want it to be celebrated. That's part of the reason I'm making this, because I love it so much. I need to share it with you! Technically, they had some possible finales before, such as Operation Prom and Season 5's The Devil's Grip, as like a soft finale. But this is, for real, the finale this time. Some people ask, can I enjoy this without knowing the context of the series? No, you may absolutely not. It is filled with callbacks, a story beforehand. You gotta watch the whole series. I've been begging you to do this for years, guys. Just watch Venture Brothers. It's all on HBO Max. I believe it's on Hulu as well. Yeah, just watch it. Stop whining. The basic plot follows Rusty's latest invention being a make-or-break product for Venture Industries, while the Monarch struggles with his possible relation to his arch nemesis. Meanwhile, Dean is pursuing Hank, who is on a journey to find his mother, and maybe even himself. However, in true Venture Brothers fashion, it goes off the rails pretty fast. The recurring sentiment of no one is a side character is still really present in this movie. I didn't expect a whole scene devoted to Jefferson Twilight lore, but you know, glad I got that. I'm all here for it, honestly. I love Jefferson Twilight. Side note, Charles Parnell, who's been doing the voice of Jefferson Twilight for the entire Venture Brothers run, he was also in Barry, he was also in The Mandalorian, he was in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, and he was also in Top Gun Maverick. So good on you, Charles Parnell. I'm glad you're doing great. Also, can we talk about how Jefferson Twilight can wink at the camera, but when I do it, it's considered corny? I was also surprised listening to the commentary. This comes with 2 commentaries, by the way, and you know ya boy watched them both. And I was surprised to learn that they didn't have a casting agent throughout the entire run of Venture Brothers, and they had a casting agent for this movie, and that's how they got Jane Lynch on board. But a lot of great guests that they had in the past comes back for this movie. They have J.K. Simmons, they have Clancy Brown, they have John Hodgman. John Hodgman is actually on one of these special features. He drinks with the Venture Brothers creators. It's really quite sweet. I was also incredibly impressed how much screen time each character was given to shine in. It's a short movie, like a little over 80 minutes, and everyone was kind of front and center, and the people who were not, The Alchemist and Brock Sampson, they were still there and had a very good time. Dr. Orpheus was kind of sidelined in the most recent season, so it was really nice to see him and his posse come back in a very substantial role. The subtitle of the movie is Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart, which doesn't make sense until the very end of the movie. But the creators, Jackson Public and Doc Hammer, has a great love for taking a single line and making that the entire episode title, such as Season 3's The Invisible Hand of Fate and the Season 5 finale, The Devil's Grip. There's a lot of fan service in this movie, but it doesn't really seem forced, and it's not doesn't come across as corny or bad. Hank returns to the Venture compound in the movie, and he has a flashback there of all the great memories that he had there, a lot of which we've seen ourselves in episodes, and they even pulled the original audio lines from those episodes into that movie, even the pilot where they didn't have the voices quite figured out yet. I admit I got a little teary-eyed over all the shenanigans that happened on the Venture compound in the last 2 decades. It was really nice. I like it. Oh shit, this light went out and I didn't even notice. Hang on. One of the backlights totally went off on this, but we're just kind of gonna roll with it because I am really sweaty. My favorite part of the movie was the heart of it all, which makes sense because heart is in the title of the movie. All the characters are looking for love and acceptance in a different way. Hank is trying to find a new mother that accepts him. Dean is hoping Hank will accept his mistake of sleeping with Hank's girlfriend, Serena. Doc wants the world to accept his leadership at the new company. And the Monarch wants to be accepted as a serious villain. Maybe I'm just a big old softy, but my favorite scene happened at the end, where Ben gives Hank his grandfather's watch that says,
Eligi Tua. Yeah, close enough.
Which is Latin for choose your family, which I think is a pretty good slogan for the whole series.
It's heavy. You know that fourth hand there, little date window? Those are called complications. Blood doesn't make a family, love does. Your grandpap knew that. Choose your family. And remember that complications make it special.
There was a rumor going around a couple weeks ago that Adult Swim wanted to make more Venture Brothers, and they were just waiting on Jackson Public and Doc Hammer to respond. And Jackson Public responded to this pretty quickly on Twitter, saying that if any word of this were true, we'd be making Venture Bros right now. And while it's a shame they aren't creating any new Venture Brothers stories, I'm glad that the creators are still passionate about developing this Venture Brothers world that they have lived in for 20 years. It's really heartening to me. I love that sort of thing. With all that said, go Team Venture! You can go to your screen and like go, and you can go with me. Dun 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 dun! Freeze frame right there. Thank you so much for watching this entire thing. I know it's a bit rambly, but I wanted to make a quick video on it. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm close to 1,000, and I really want to get there at the end of this year. So please help me out if you do that. And yeah, watch Venture Brothers on like Hulu and Max. It's a good show. I know a lot of you haven't seen it. You better see it, or else I'm going to politely ask you to do it again.